I had very mixed feelings about it. My concern always was the writing, the writing, the writing, the writing. It's always about the writing. The last year of Star Trek, the writing deteriorated badly. The third season deteriorated badly. I was so glad when it was over. I really was unhappy in that final season. Sad. I was sad because I knew what it could be when it was well written and well produced, and it wasn't. Either of those two things. The new producers didn't have a feeling for the show, and therefore they couldn't transmit the proper feeling to the writers. And the material they were buying, the scripts they were buying, were not good Star Trek. Spock's Brain is an example. When the idea was proposed to do a new Star Trek film, oh God, who's going to write it? What is it? You know, studios start out with saying, let's do a Star Trek movie. Actors or writers start out, or producers start out with saying, where's the script? Studios will hand you 150 blank pages and say, here, fill this. You know, well, if you can't film it successfully, it's a nightmare. It's a horror. And it was. Making that first movie was very, very dispiriting, very depressing. We had a bad script that just never worked. It was always a struggle to try to figure out how to bring some life to this project. And we did our best, but I never, the pendulum swung completely when that first movie came along from being an actor and character-oriented Star Trek to an effects-oriented Star Trek. And the feeling was, oh, we didn't have the money before. Now we got the money. We've got to give them a big effects movie. So it was all about the ship, and this effect, and that effect, and we're going through this thing, and now we're going through that thing. Nothing about the characters. So it was frustrating and depressing, and very painful. Right down to the last day. Right down to the last day of shooting. We tried desperately to inject, and occasionally they'd say, okay, we'll shoot a little there. I'd come up with an idea. They'd cut it out of the movie. The last day, we're on the bridge shooting the final scene of the movie. We're all saying goodbye to each other. We've all come back supposedly for this mission. Now we're going back to our homes and so forth. And Kirk goes around to the various characters and says, okay, Dr. McCoy, we're going to take you back. He was come out of retirement or something. We're going to take you back and go to Georgia. No. He said, I think I'm here. I'll stay. And came to me and said, Spock, we'll have it back on Vulcan in a day or two. And I was supposed to say, fine, Captain, I think I'll stay as well or something. And I thought, let's go for some fun here. We've been so somber this entire movie. There's been no humor, no charm, which Star Trek was full of, charm and humor, full of it. So in the final rehearsal, when he came to me and McCoy had just said he was going to stay on the ship, I said, Captain, if Dr. McCoy is to stay here, my presence here will be essential. Got a big laugh out of the crew, big laugh. And then I saw a huddle with the bosses off camera. And Bob Wise, bless him, who was directing the movie, and really himself had said many times he didn't have a grasp of Star Trek, came to me and he said, well, the feeling is that it's not the right tone to end the movie. We should be a little bit more serious. And, okay. That was my gift to you. You don't want it? Fine, I'll take it back. They wouldn't let me do it. And that's an example of the kind of frustration that we had on the movie. When the movie was released for video later, they put back some of the things that we had suggested and had been cut out for the theatrical release. And lo and behold, there was a positive response. We were getting fan mail and what have you from people saying, oh, now the movie makes sense because it had a little of this and it had a touch of that and it was more fun, it was more interesting. Well, but it was, in general, a frustrating experience. Died at the end of Star Trek II. Spock died. And I thought that was the final Star Trek movie. And when they said to me, how about a death scene, I thought, why not? If this is the end of Star Trek, let's go out in a blaze of glory, saving the Enterprise, you know, be a hero and die. Well, of course, they put in a little footage at the end of the movie that suggested that this might not be the end of Spock. And they came to me, sure enough, after the picture opened and did business, and they called me in for a meeting. They said, we'd like to know if you'd like to be involved in another Star Trek movie. And I said, yes, I'd like to direct it. That's how that started.